Yo, we live. You're now listening to Volume 48 of the Bucket Up Podcast. Here with your boy Ty Doyle, aka Ty Lante, aka DJ Buttersauce, aka your mom send me good morning text. And I'm here as always with the kid, the homie JB was good.
Yo, living good, man. A little special dish. Like always, I'm in another building, but today I'm in another state across the country, bro. I'm home, recording live from Queens, New York. What's good?
What up?
Um, but yeah, it's the man, it's the boy, the kid, JB, aka Mister. Told you so. Could have been right last week. I'm not always right, but when I am, I told you so. I also we shouts to Trav. We thought of AKAs for him. He is since every day his Snapchat is lit with him going to the movies.
Mm-hmm.
He's Trav from the Ave, aka always at the movies, aka already seen it, aka refill on the popcorn is good.
Word. We got to get him up on the Instagram. He was he showed up to my birthday celebration yesterday, rocking Bucket Up, shirts and shit. So, as always, that's the homie.
Yeah, shouts to the brand, bro.
Katie over there right now, hanging out with them. I told him I had to do the pod, so it's cool. It's cool.
I appreciate that, man. Prioritize.
Yeah. But
yeah. But yeah, man, I'm good. I'm chilling, man. Living at home, visiting home. So I'm cool, man. Like nothing really can bother me when I'm home. I'm kind of like ET when he returns to his planet. But how was your weekend, bro?
My weekend was good, man. Like I said, my birthday is Tuesday, so had a little birthday celebration.
Birthday, bitch.
Yeah, I went to brunch with some people from work early yesterday. Chill with them, ate some food, had to, wait like an hour to sit down because we were in Scottsdale, so niggas was sweating. And then,
you get trash service?
The service was all right. It was kind of weird because, I was there and like one of the homies that was there, like asked for iced coffee and the girl was like, oh, she asked for cold brew. And the waitress was like, yeah, our cold brew is basically like hot, but like with ice. And she just like, I'm just like, yeah, she don't know what cold brew is, obviously. You just describe, regular ass coffee. And then like, all right, I'll just have a tea. And then they brought out the tea, and it wasn't even like the tea; it was a tea bag that she had to like do herself. And I'm like, man, they don't know old school shit.
The shame on her for ordering a fucking cold brew at a restaurant.
Well, some restaurants got it, man. Well, a lot of them do. We were at a breakfast coffee place.
All right. Nah, I'm just playing.
They had fresh squeezed orange juice and fresh squeezed juice.
That's how people at McDonald's be, though. Like, with the ice cream machine down, they're like, shame on you for ordering ice cream. You know what I'm saying? You're like, hey, you sell it.
I want a McFlurry, dude.
They're like, nah, shame on you, son.
I did see, like, a thing on Twitter. It was the guy saying he hates when people are extra at fast food restaurants. Like, you be out there at, like, yo, can I get this on my burger? Can I not? It's like, man, if you don't just order the fucking shit that they come with, this ain't a fucking actual sit-down restaurant, bruh.
They take, like, you can have it your way, like, literal.
All right.
It's like,
all right, like, I'm going to need my Whopper. I need it done medium well.
Can you cut it? I need you to cut it into thirds. It's like thirds. I don't know. That'll be a wild distribution. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I feel you, man. But that's cool.
Yeah, that was all cool. I caught movies, obviously. I told last week, we teased it on the pod about me going to see BlacKkKlansman. I was hyped. Went to go see it. It was like, I would say it lived up to the hype. It was definitely good. It was way more. It was a lot funnier than I thought it was gonna be. Like they made it. Spike did a good job of making it like this super heavy subject, kind of. Well, not kind of. It was heavy, but he made it.
It's pretty heavy.
Yeah, it's a fucking heavy as shit. But he made it very like funny. There's a lot of funny parts of the movie. There was some stuff that I didn't like in terms of, in the beginning, there's a little bit of like weirdness with like the
KKK itself. You didn't like that part?
No. I mean like, yeah, no. How the movie was made. Like there were some scenes that were kind of like felt like he kind of just put them in there just cause. The ending part, which I don't want to spoil. Well, I guess it's not really a spoiler that they put like footage from the people, like the Charlottesville stuff. They put it at the end of the movie, and they didn't really do a good job of transitioning into it. So it kind of just felt like it just like kind of came there. But like other than that, like the bulk of the movie was really good. John David Washington, Washington was really good. Denzel's son as the main guy, and then Adam Driver, the dude who plays fucking Kylo Ren in Star Wars, he was pretty good in it too.
He played a Jew, right?
Yeah, he was the dude who was going undercover. But
shouts to the tribe. I did catch a clip where John David Washington said that he's going on and passing on as like a WASP, which is a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Yeah, and he's like, you're Jewish. He's like, so he's like, you got skin in the game, brother.
Yeah,
I was like, I was so hyped.
Right? Yeah, he was saying, yeah, it was a good movie. So I definitely recommend it. Everybody go see it. It's the best Spike Lee movie. And since the one with Denzel Washington, it was Man on Fire, right? That's the one. Or was it? It was Inside
Man.
Inside Man. We keep fucking that up. But yeah, no, definitely check that out. And then this weekend I saw Mile 22, which I kind of regret seeing. I wish we saw Crazy Rich Asians, to kind of support the movement.
How many bucket hats? Wait, first, how many bucket hats do you give
Black Klansman?
Yes.
I'm giving like a 4.7 out of 5 bucket hats.
Damn. And usually we don't divide bucket hats like that. So that meant something.
We critiquing for real out here. But no, so this weekend I saw Mile 22. I wanted to see it because it had this guy from The Raid and The Raid 2. I want to say he's from Thailand. I can't remember where he's from, but like he does martial arts, and this dude is fucking sick. Like that, and the choreography in The Raid and The Raid 2 is fucking amazing. So he's in this Mile 22 movie. I'm not like the hugest. I'm not a big fan of Mark Wahlberg because one, as somebody pointed out before, like he basically plays himself in every movie, and two, he kind of sucks as a person. You know what I mean? Like Mark Wahlberg is kind of trash. He's saying racial slurs. Then he got arrested for a hate crime.
He left the Super Bowl early when he thought the Patriots were losing, and then blamed it on his sick son. I'm like, what kind of shit is that? You're just a shitty fan, bro.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's kind of fuck Mark Wahlberg a little bit. I do like Shooter though, so there's that. But no,
he was funny in the Other Guys.
Other Guys, yeah, I like the Other Guys. I'm not gonna lie, but no, it was like he tried to play a little different role, which was cool, kind of. I didn't really like how they shot the movie. Like it was fucking like every 2 seconds there was a cut. You ever watch like a movie and it's just too many cuts? You know what I'm talking about?
Like an episode of Family Guy?
No, not a cutaway. you know how they edit the movie to where it's like a cut from one person's face to another person's face to another person's face to another person's face.
Oh yeah.
It was like too many of that, but it was like rapid, like, and just for shit that wasn't even that crazy. And then the fight scenes, they were doing too many cuts. It was like poorly edited. You know what I mean? So it
was it about?
I'm sorry. What was that?
They rose. Like, what was the main premise?
Oh, so the premise of the movie is Mark Wahlberg, the chick from The Walking Dead, Laura Cohen, some guy I don't think I've ever seen in the movie, Ronda Rousey, are all CIA agents. And the beginning of the movie, I'm not going to spoil it, but they're like running operations, and then this guy, they're in Indonesia, I want to say, and a guy comes up to them and says he has plans, or he knows where the locations are for this these nuclear weapons, and so, but like the country that he's in wants to kill him. And so they have to get him to an airport by a certain time in a certain window for him to get out of the country, because he will only give them the codes to where the fucking locations of the nuclear bombs or whatever the fuck if he gets out of the country. It's a lot. It's like, see how like hard it is for me to explain what the fuck the movie is about.
It sounds like it's gonna end up in one of those dollar bins at like Walmart and shit.
Right. So I mean, I just wanted to support that dude because he's really good at martial arts. So I want to see him in more shit. You know what I mean? Because I was a big like martial arts movie buff when I was a kid. You know, with Jackie Chan, Jet Li, Bruce Lee. You know
Last Dragon.
Yeah, Last Dragon, Drunken Boxing. You know, all those shits. You know what I'm saying? I fucking loved all those movies. So
did you fuck with the Jet Li's, like the Romeo Must Die?
Yeah, the one, and what else was Jet Li in? He was in like that because like Romeo Must Die was like a weird crossover that they did. They're like, oh yeah, it's like karate with like you mean hip hop, but I fuck with
my
Jet Li.
Man's had like he had like I think 6 lines in his career. You know what I'm saying? Like he's talked like 6 times over his like 30 movies. Yeah,
he was talking a lot in Romeo Must Die. He was trying to get it in with Aaliyah. I remember.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
But yeah, I like the one, and so yeah, I fuck with that genre in general. So definitely go watch The Raid and The Raid 2. That's like the best fight choreography I've ever seen in my life. So definitely go see that shit. Right? You don't have to see Mile 22. Katie liked it. I think Trav liked it too, but I was just kind of like, it was a mess to me. I wish we just saw Crazy Rich Asians, which I'm hearing is fire.
Yeah, I thought that was a TV show, not a movie. So
nah, it's a movie. It's the first movie with an all Asian cast, which is like, man, how the fuck they like records that you like? How the fuck is that even a record? You know what I mean? Like,
when did they
say what?
Like, oh, you mean in America?
Yeah, first big budget American.
Okay, I was like,
yeah, obviously in like China, like we just named like a bunch of movies. I just named Jackie Chan movie that had all Asian people in it, but no, I meant like first big budget American produced movie with like a whole Asian cast.
Damn.
Like, bro, how we doing shit like that in 2018? That shit should have been happening. You know?
Right. I mean, but it's still like somewhat. I don't know. What's the movie about? They're rich.
It's basically a rom-com. It's like, you know, the girl falls in love with a dude, doesn't know that he's rich, finds out that he's rich, and then, you know, it's the dynamics of that. But it's like, you know, you know, there's good rom-coms and then there's, you know, the terrible ones. So, you know, I don't mind a rom-com if it's good. You know what I'm saying? I just don't like full romantic movies because those shits usually are trash.
You know what's funny is like the real romantic movies end up mad sad. The rom-coms, I mean, they're always predictable, and they're like, oh, the guy that you don't expect the girl is gonna get the girl, and you know. And
the thing that's weird though is like, as much as we hate when movies are predictable, we love it too because it's niggas be hella mad when like the girl don't end up with the dude or some shit. They're like, man, what the fuck did I sit through this for? And it's like, hey, you know what I mean? It's like you kind of go to movies so that you're happy at the end. You know
I think that's human nature, bro. We just complain about everything. We were talking about
no matter what it is, right?
The same motherfuckers that are like, man, I can't wait for October to get here are the same people that are gonna be like, yo, it's so cold in November.
Right?
You know?
Bro, I peeped that too. I'm like, all fucking winter, you motherfuckers are dropping fucking old ass beach posts on my goddamn head. Talking about, take me back. Can't wait for summer beach waves, all this shit. And then I'm like, I bet. Then fucking summer come back, like, you know what? I'm sick of this heat. I can't wait to put on my flannel, fucking, you know, pumpkin lattes, hot drinks and shit.
Oh,
I'm
Halloween
like,
movies.
Right? Like, make up your fucking mind, fam.
Yeah, bro. I've come to the conclusion that they're never going to stop complaining. Like,
that's what it is.
What if it snowed and it was 80 degrees? They'd still be like complaining. You know?
Right? Bro, that's
like the best of both worlds.
I've been saying that for a while, bro. I was like, it don't matter what you doing, you about to complain. That's like the most human thing, I think, natural, because rich people complain about not being rich enough. Poor people complain about poor. You know what I mean?
Being poor,
like,
people in the middle.
Right? As soon as you rich, you're like, yeah, money don't solve everything. And it's like, you probably right, but you still like most of your shit solved, bro. You know what I'm saying?
and then son, that's why at work, like, no shade, I'm not gonna say names, but like when motherfuckers say shit like, it'll be, obviously 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. They'll say some shit like, "Is it 5 o'clock yet?" I'm like,
Right.
"No, like this, and it's not 4 o'clock."
Right.
Or like it's Tuesday, and they're like, "Is it Friday yet?" I'm like, "Nah,
Right.
bro, it's Tuesday. Will you stop fucking rushing it?" you know?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly. And it's like, bro, you just like I think I read an article too on like they were talking about how like you people glorify being like a rapper or something like that because they think that's like, oh, that's like a great life to live, and you probably wouldn't hate working there. Just like it's probably still like a 9 to 5 to them. Rappers got to check their emails and shit. They got to do a certain amount of things. They got jobs they got to do to like fulfill like fucking tour dates or being at sound check. They're probably going through complaining about that shit too, bro. Everything's the fucking same. You know
well,
what
it's
I'm saying?
funny. It's like it might be even harder because record labels they expect
Mm-hmm.
more from you, and
Exactly.
they'll be like, "Yo, hey, we need an album next week." They're like,
Right.
"Next week? I have two
Yeah.
songs." Like, okay, well,
Right. And
well, you got till next week to make another 15, or else
right.
we're fining you.
But they also said too is like they spend probably a shit ton of time doing other stuff that has nothing to do with rapping, like
Like
managing a social,
interviews.
yeah, interviews, managing a social media following. You know what I mean? And like answering fucking emails that is like dumb. You know what I mean? So it's like everybody gonna complain about some shit. That's just what nobody's ever gonna be fully happy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it's just like, man, like that. I mean, not to say that we don't complain. We complain about shit all the time. I think that's what this podcast is. but
We right now we complain about people complaining.
yeah, which no shade, but everyone complains. But yeah, like we're talking about that. Like, man, it's fucking hot. It's gonna be hot outside, and people gonna be like, yo, I wish it was cold. It's like, oh, yo, now it's freezing. I wish it was hot out. It's like,
Right.
bro, you're never gonna be happy.
See, what they supposed to say is, I just wish it was 70 all the time. That's what I usually say. Like, bro, I just wish it was 70. That's what I want. If I want to wear a fucking sweater and jeans, I'll be Gucci. If I want to wear shorts, I'll be Gucci. Let's just stay right there. But you can't unless you live in San Diego and you paying wild fucking, taxes and prices for houses. So
Yeah, well, I will say San Diego is a little bougie, and it's
exactly.
like it's a little like cliche. Kind of like, to be real, like San Diego is kind of like the Times Square of New York.
Oh, like in
Like,
I think
it's
of
like,
Hollywood Boulevard being the Times Square of like LA.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm saying tourist attraction. Well, yeah, I mean, of LA, yeah, yeah. But I'm saying,
Yeah.
like, San Diego is, when people say San Diego, like, all they assume is, like, just boom, that beach. But there's probably, like, some inland parts of San Diego.
Oh
And
yeah, no, I've been there. It's like, and also the beach is kind of overrated because who's going in the water if it's 70 degrees out?
it's so cold, son. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, so I mean, it's what I've been to San Diego too. Yeah, I've been like 2 or 3 times. It's cool. Other parts of Cali are cool,
that's what,
but
so
that
Hollywood Boulevard is for sure Times Square because
there you
I've
go.
been there. And you're thinking like, oh, Hollywood Boulevard, all the stars, and it just smells like shit. It literally smells like shit on the whole screen. It's fucking unbearable. I'm like, what the? How are you motherfuckers walking around with smiles on your fucking face? It smells like fucking shit.
They're faking it till they make it, man.
I guess I was in there the whole time just doing that thing with your nose. You're like, oh, that's fuck.
You're about to swim.
Yeah, like
Like
oh,
you hold your nose.
right. I'm like, bruh, and like I mean, there's a lot of homeless people, and like that's fucking sad as shit. And it was like, this is just sad and stinky. I don't like it.
Well, shit, man. On kind of relatable. Just other side of the map. I'm currently in, like you were saying, back home, New York City,
Mhm.
and Times Square is tight and everything, but I don't see how motherfuckers. See, there's a term that not a lot of people know. You know it because you're from New York as well. There's people that are on Wall Street in the suits.
Yeah,
The big businessmen and shit. And then there's people from the neighborhood, and that's what I am. I'm someone from the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
So
right.
I don't understand how someone can live straight up in Times Square, walking out, and you got giant Elmo, you got walking to Wall Street, all that shit. You got endless chaos, tourist attractions, you name it. Um, but yeah, that's a big debate, man. It's like New York being a great place to visit. I lived there majority of my life. But even those parts of like this city living, like my brother shouts to Queens, where I'm at right now. he doesn't have a laundry room in his apartment. So we had to walk to the laundromat, 2 blocks over, which today it was raining. So like you're getting wet while you're walking to do your laundry.
Right.
So that's one of the facets of city living that kind of gets overlooked. But yeah, man, what other things have you heard about the cons of living in a big city? Because I've lived in both extremes, man, and I can definitely touch on it. But I want
Oh,
to see what other people think or like their perceptions are.
well, no, I got homies that live in New York City right now. Obviously, people I went to college with, people that I went to high school with that moved there. I think they fucking and they love it. I think the strengths in New York City are definitely like diversity. Always something to do. You could always find like people that are like that have similar interests with you, and it'd be pretty fucking easy. You know what I mean? And it's kind of like a culture hotbed, but there's definitely some fucking downfalls. Everything's expensive as shit, and then everything's expensive, but it's small. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
it'd be like small as hell. You cramped up, and then I don't know something about like I don't know if I could live in New York City because it's just like everything's kind of like fast paced. You know what I mean? I like to chill out sometimes, and it's like it'll be a lot going on. I feel like I'd just be worried about too much shit. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, there's definitely parts that like being on top of each other. There's so
Mm-hmm.
many people in the city that kind of fucks you up.
Mm-hmm.
Like today, it was so funny. I was gonna Snapchat, but I was like, nah, I'm not really a tourist, so I'm gonna chill on that. But there was a performer on the subway that just started blasting music, and my man was just taking his hat off, throwing it onto his foot, and then doing backflips and kicking the hat back onto his head,
Which
and
is
then walking
pretty
around.
cool, but like,
He does that every day, and you're just like, my man, I'm trying to get to work. Like, I gave you
exactly.
I gave you $1 a week ago, dog. And then you're chilling on the train and you're elbow to elbow, and you got
Mhm.
some dude walking up going, "Do you guys got $1, 50 cents, 5 cents, 10 cents? I'm just trying to get something to eat." And you hear that all ride,
Right,
and you're
right,
like, "I got 7 more stops to go. This is bullshit."
exactly. So I can see people getting tired because it's just like sometimes you just don't want to be dealing with shit like that.
And we talk about traffic and driving and shit like that. And I commute from work. Like, for example, we were talking about carpooling and shit. Like, you could literally drive from home to work, and you could be at work in 40 minutes, 45 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a transit in New York or a big city, like, you're factoring like 2 to 4 hours,
Yeah,
of your day just getting
and you're not
to and
really
from.
going that far, right? Like literally.
No, that's the fucked up part, man. Like, if you have work at 9 a.m., you gotta get up at like 6 to prep for that shit.
That's crazy.
And it's a hustle, but I mean, some people love it, some people don't. A lot of people have family out here, like I do, and they justify that being the reason they stay. I, on the other hand, feel it's a little bit more economical to live on the West because cost
Yeah,
of living is cheaper, and I'm young, and there's really no need to live in a city
right.
that's obviously not going anywhere.
See,
Uh,
I've heard like or I've seen so many people like say or tweet or whatever. They're just like, yeah, like I really on some real G shit. If I wasn't born in New York City, I wouldn't live here. Like if I wasn't born here, I would never like have moved here. I'm like, yeah, that's
yeah.
fucking wild. And so, but I'm thinking like I got friends that moved there because they wanted to be there. Like I had a friend, Courtney, who was on the show. She used to live in Kansas City, and she seemed like she fucking loved it there. Like she was always having fun on her Snapchats. She was always saying that she liked it, and then she still moved to New York City. Now I don't know if it like we had other friends there, so I'm guessing that had to factor into it. But I'm guessing that she still saw it as appealing, even though she was somewhere where she was happy. But I'm thinking that it's people who are from like small places, like they hear about the good stories about like a New York City or a big city or LA, and they're more inclined to go live there because they already know the downfalls of living in small towns and like you know what I'm saying, because that shit is also trash. Because that's where my college
Yeah.
was, and I was like, yeah, this is garbage. That's why I was like, I
Yeah.
kind of need like a middle, you know what I mean, like a bigger city that's like big, so it got shit, but not like so much to where I'm like overwhelmed at all points. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why
Phoenix has
we're
stuff.
here. It's not too bad. Like there's better versions of this than Phoenix. Like Atlanta's probably better. You know what I mean? As like a kind of big city that's not, you know what I mean, not like crazy big. That's like overwhelming. Or I mean, I want to say Chicago, but I don't really know. I've never been to Chicago, so
Seattle is tight, man. I could
Seattle's
see. I
probably
could live
one
in
too.
Seattle.
Yeah. I just it be
Everyone's like,
raining
it
too damn
rains
much
every.
all the time. You know
See,
what I'm
people
saying?
say that, but dude, I was there for like 10 days and it rained once. You know what I'm saying?
Where were you? What time did you go?
Well, like what months? It was
Yeah.
like the fall.
Oh, okay. I don't. Yeah,
and
you think it'd be
and
raining
it
there?
doesn't. It's rain. See, that's the difference. It's rainy. Like everything's wet all the time, but like it's not like it's precipitating. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I don't know how that's better.
I mean, you know,
depressing as shit. Like every day is dreary as fuck, bro. There's no day you
that,
open up your shades and it's just sunshine. It's just you woke up like, hey, it's not as wet outside, bro.
I mean, it is the highest place for suicide for that reason. I think so.
Motherfuckers sad all the time because they just, you know what I mean. You just broke up with your girl. You listening to R&B. There's no day where you just open up the blinds and the sunshine and you like, you know what, man? I'll probably be all right. That day never comes for them.
We live in Arizona where the sun's like that level in Mario where you go outside and the sun try to kill you. That's what it's like.
Mm-hmm. It is like, yeah, that day comes for us every day, but it's just too much. You're like, God damn, it's so goddamn sunny and hot.
Yeah, so I mean, there's trade, but there it goes again, just us being humans and complaining about shit.
Yeah, you can complain about whatever you're in. Yeah, that's true. You're right.
That's the one thing.
There's no perfect place to live.
Yeah, you know when people say like, "How you doing?" I don't know. Can't complain. It's like, yes, you can complain about something.
Yeah,
I know you can.
I think that should be that's a small talk hack. He's like, yo, what's up? How you been? And people be like, you good? Like, you not good, bro. What you complain about today?
Yeah, like there's no yeah. There's no way you just paid your car insurance bill and you're happy. Like
exactly. Exactly, bro.
Yeah, I fucking hate motherfuckers that like, it goes both ways. They're like, yo, you woke up today, be happy, smile. It's like, you know what? How about this? You got rent due soon. Fucking be unhappy. How about that?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bro. Don't tell me what to do. Somewhat digressing since you back home. Like, I don't know if this is a black people thing, but have you seen like people that you like knew growing up or anything like that, and you guys do the whole dance like yo, hit me up while you home, or like you know how black people like to do the whole like yo, what's good, bro? I'm trying to get like you. Like, nah, nigga, I'm trying to get like you. You have any of that?
I will say like this trip is a little different because I'm here for a longer time, but a lot of the times I've come before have been like 2-day trips, 3-day trips, 4-day trips, and I'm here for a specific reason, like a wedding or a family event or something. And I've had homies hit me up like, yo, hit me up when you come through and you land. We should do this, this, and this. And I'm always like, damn, I would, but, and I always deny them. And then now it's got to the point where they'll be like, all right, man, you just let me know. You know? Right, and I'm like, yeah, my bad. Because when I go home, it's usually just family. Because I got enough friends. So when I go, not to say I don't have any friends out here, but like, I got friends that I could hit up and be like, yo, you want to do shit that I would do in Arizona? Like, nah, like I do shit that I can't do in Arizona, and that's kick with the family, you know?
No, that makes sense. I was just like, I didn't know how that, going back. Because that's usually what it is when I go back, catching up with people.
There's shouts to the homie C. Jones, who runs Talk That Shit podcast. Let's Get This Over With podcast that I'm going to be crossing over with on Thursday. So I will be going home to H-Ton and chopping it up with them. So yeah, there's some people that, but we haven't seen each other in like years because the dude was like in the Navy or some shit. So this is going to be like the real reunite, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, but I'll keep you posted on that because,
Okay.
It includes you.
All right, cool. That's a little tease, I guess, if people listening.
What about you went home recently, dude. Like, what's it like? How do you prioritize like picking which people to like fuck with and like if it's that important or not, you know?
Yeah, well, usually we stay with Katie's family. So like we end up seeing them because we stay with them. And it always depends on how much we hang out with them. Always depends on what happened recently. Because sometimes, because Katie has family here, her family will come visit that family and us. And so we might have seen them recently and hung out with them a lot. And so if we hung out with them a lot recently before we go home, we're like, all right, we just hung out with them. We don't have to put aside as much time to hang out with them as much as we usually would when we go home. So that kind of factors into it. I think before we had came home, Katie had went to her sister's bridal shower in June, so we're kind of like, I will give like we gave her dad a day. We went, we hung out with her mom and got some breakfast, and then we went and saw we hung out with her sister who had just had a baby, so like that was a priority to hang out with them for a day. So we stayed the night there, and then we're like, we got to see my family at least once or twice, which we did, and then it was like we'll hang out with people whoever we try to make room, like whoever can hang out with us, like we'll try to do that. So that's what we end up going to Buffalo and all this different shit. But it's usually just like we tell people and it's like, hey, like hit us up with a day, we'll book it then, and then kind of go from there. Trying to see everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you got 3 brothers, including you, right?
Yeah.
So how do you choose like do you kick it with them or do they like do you?
I try to do it through like the family and have everybody so I can see all of them at the same time because people be working. My mom would basically be doing like double shifts and in school. You know what I mean? So she was busy as hell. So I was trying to coordinate it to where it's like, seeing all of them, and my little brothers be doing shit. But like I try to leave it up to them, you know what I mean?
I feel you. Yeah, I'm kind of with that right now. Like my sister wants me to come because she lives on Long Island, and I got to take 2 different trains or whatever to get there. Not really 2, one depending.
7 hours.
No. It's just the fact that like I'm not like my parents are in Brooklyn and my brother's in Queens, which is like a hop and a jump away.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a little bit farther in Halesite. But yeah, she's like, "What day are you coming?" And I'm like, "I don't know." I'm like, I'll figure it out. And then Friday, the Giants play the Jets, bro. And I'm like, shit, I'm trying to go to that game. So I'm trying to get the homie that was in town recently, trying to get him to go to the game because he lives out here. So that's like pretty much when it comes to vacations, I do it based on just like my preference, like what I'm trying to do,
Right. No,
like,
I get
that. But so yeah, that's what I've been doing. Like today with my brother, we just hopped around Midtown. And I got a slice of pizza from like 3 different spots. Because I'm pizza deprived in Arizona, man. There's no pizza.
Bro. I saw your Snapchat last night drunk. So I was like, God damn, that looked good as shit.
Yeah, it was fire, man. We ordered some just straight up OG pizza from Queens that, it was open till 1 a.m. We walked past a bodega that never falls through. Did you notice that every bodega always got a fucking cat that lives there?
Yeah, what's up with that? That just like I mean, who knows when motherfuckers end up buying a bodega? Like,
I don't even know.
It's always been the same owner ever that you've ever remembered. It never changes, or it's like their son. So it's like when they make the rule that there need to be a cat up in there, bro.
I don't know. The cat's name is Boss, which is really funny.
Fire.
So it just walks around, touches everything. You're just like, all right, whatever. But so I might fuck around and get a chopped cheese later. Hey. So yeah, man, home's been good to me. Shouts to we got birthdays coming up, including yours. But my dad's, that's one of the main reasons I came to visit my dad. I'm not gonna disrespect his agency and say his age because I really don't know it. But
I ain't gonna disrespect him and put it out there like that, but like for real, I don't really know.
I don't know. He's 60 something, so that's a range between 1 and 9, I guess, right?
There you go. I mean, we're gonna go with 64. That's what he is.
Sure, I'm fine with that.
But also 64. Too, you hit me up and told me you were at the airport and you spent $18 for a sub? You said?
Nah, burrito. They got my ass, dog. Yeah, I was hungry as shit. They delayed my flight for like 30 minutes. And I was like, man, I'm starving. And they had just like this, the only thing open was like a Mexican restaurant, Express. And I was like, yeah, I'll get the barbacoa burrito. And she said 18 something. And I was, and I just
one.
Yeah, just one. And I laughed, and she just said, "I know." Like, like she doesn't set the prices. Like she even herself is like, "This shit's ridiculous," you know?
Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, man. I'm sorry, I was 18.
Yeah. So, and then I got a drink, so it was like $20.
Shit, bro. Did the burrito at least hit?
It tasted good, but it was not $18 worth. You know what I'm saying?
What gotta be in an $18 burrito for me to be like that was worth it?
$8 inside the burrito.
Like, the whole burrito, it was amazing. And that last bite got you $8 in there, just chilling.
And you pull it out and you pocket that shit, and that is a good burrito.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, you know what? That was worth it.
What if they gave you like back end money? Like
That'd
you
be
pay
wild.
$5 for a burger, and then you open the burger and there's a single like in the burger. You're like, oh, thanks, man.
Like, this is gross as shit, but you know what? I need my money back if you're being real.
It's like the food fairy, like just comes around. It's like, you know what? You did pay too much for this burger. Here's $1.
Wow.
Yeah, nah, they got my ass though. But I know what it is. It's like every time, I'm like, yo, should I eat before the airport? I'm like, and then I'm at the airport, like complaining about the prices.
You should just ate, bro. That, you know, you can bring food into the airport.
I didn't know that.
I found that out because when we went home and we were coming back, Katie was like, "Oh, we're gonna get a sub to bring in the airport." I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Yeah, like just get a sub." And I'm like, "You can't bring food into the airport." And she was like, "Yeah, you can." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" You're like, "You can't bring liquid. You can bring food. You just have them scan it." I'm like, "What?"
Imagine just put a bunch of weed in your sub. You're like, yo, that's lettuce, dog. I
don't know. It was funny because I didn't think about it because we brought like Cheez-Its before. I'm thinking like maybe you could bring like just snacks. We brought a whole big ass, you know what I mean? We brought a whole big ass sub through the goddamn, and we were just eating it. And other people came up. It was like, yo, where'd y'all get that sub? And we're like, oh yeah, nah, we bought it outside. And we brought it in. And they're like, oh,
they said just snacks.
Yeah, I don't know why. And they were like, hey, this nigga got a salami sandwich in his bag. Somebody tell him that shit can't come through here.
like it's a fucking daycare. Like, no, only snacks. Like food is food, dog. Like, why'd they be like, oh, you got a sandwich? Nah, get up out of here with that shit.
No. Fam. We need to sell you these $18 burritos, my guy. Like, you thought you could just bring food back here? What the fuck?
Like, you can come with the wild, like, Costco box of Cheez-Its. They be straight. You come with a slider cheeseburger. Like, the fuck you doing? Like, my bad.
I just throw it out, man. I'll just eat it right here. They're like, no, throw it out.
Nah, man, you're under arrest, fam. It's like, yo.
Like, that shit. I just don't know why I didn't think you could. I'm just, because the prices are so high, I just figured it's one of those things where they, like at the movies, like, they don't allow you to bring it in so that they, you know, it makes sense for them to sell you the shit that's expensive. But I ain't really thinking like everything you buy at the airport is really you buying it because you got caught on some shit. You're like, oh fuck, I should have ate, and then fuck, I gotta pay $18 for a burrito, or fuck, I left a charger, and now I gotta pay $30 for a fucking $2 charger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and there's also just like the placebo effect of like you're sitting somewhere, so you think like, well, food will make the time go by faster, which it doesn't.
They don't.
So you're just like, yeah, I'll buy these, this candy. I'll buy this.
Mm-hmm.
I think what was funny as shit is I fell asleep. I have a hard time flying because I don't like the shit. So I caught a good catch of, groove of sleep going when I was on the flight. And then my foot, they woke my ass up to move my foot because it was in the aisle. Mm-hmm. And I was like, my man, you could have just ran over my foot. I had no problems with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yo, that happened to me on the plane. I forgot about that. Like, I was just like, because I like the aisle, obviously, big dude. And the fucking flight attendant kept like running into like me with the fucking cart like on my shoulder. And I'm like, fuck, all right. Then it was just like one chick like kept like rubbing her whole like ass on my shoulder, and I'm like, you don't have to like turn your shit around to walk by me, bro. Like, what the fuck?
What kind of plane was this guy?
Delta, man. I'm just like, I'm trying to sleep. Like, stop rubbing. It was like her and then a dude, like they just kept running into me. I was like, all right, I get it, bro. I'm big, but I'm not in this whole aisle, bro. Like, let's be real.
It's funny as shit is like when the before you get on the plane, and they'll say some shit like, "Would anybody like to volunteer to get their bag checked to expedite the boarding process?" Nobody raises their hands. Would anybody for
What?
anybody for $20 voucher?
Mm-hmm.
Um, anybody for a $20 voucher, please. And then you get like 10 people jumping up. It's like,
Right.
man, y'all ain't shit.
See, every time I like when they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll check your bag for you for free," and they'll go to your destination. Every time I just want to do it because I'm like, that's something I don't gotta worry about carrying around. And like Katie never wants to do it because I mean, it probably makes sense because you don't want that shit to get lost, and you ain't even have to do that shit. You know what I mean? But I was like, I'm
Yeah.
not. Next time, I'm just gonna bring way too much shit with me, and then when because they all that always happens where they need to check somebody's bag for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
But nah, that should be making me mad. I was like, yo, why can't we just check the motherfucker? Yeah, I guess this is kind of transitioning from that. But you're saying like from that people like running into you and they didn't really say anything, like the saying sorry versus excuse me.
Yeah, I catch myself doing that a lot, and it's actually something I'm trying to work on. So a lot of the times at work, I'll bump into somebody and I'll like be like, "Oh, sorry," right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't do anything wrong. I literally just was in their way. But then again, they're also in my way, so they
Yeah.
damn well could have said sorry. And I don't know. I catch myself, and I think us humans use the word sorry more than like excuse me.
Oh yeah,
And I
for
don't
sure.
know. And I
You
just
know,
find that that's weird.
I think it's like us, and it's just I think women too. Like they say sorry a shit ton. Like I feel like Katie says sorry to me a lot, and I'm like, why are you saying sorry? Like you don't really have to say sorry for like random stuff, like that stuff that just only pertain to her. She'd be like oh yeah, I like I did this one thing in the bathroom that you know what I mean has nothing to do with you. I'm sorry, and I'm like, what? What? You don't have to say like why the fuck would you say sorry for that? Do the hell you want? You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, oh yeah, I don't know. And I think that happens to me too. It's just I'll be somewhere and I'll be apologizing for shit that don't like actually is not my fault or anything like that. Or I think I saw a thing is like millennial culture is they mess up your order at a restaurant and then you say sorry for some reason. You're like, oh
Yeah.
shit, you know that's my bad. I shouldn't have ordered it so confusing. like
Wait, that makes
what?
no sense.
Right, exactly. Like, yo, like, oh shit, let me get the steak medium rare, and it come out like done. It's like, yo, I didn't ask for this. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. It's like, nah, I'm sorry, bro. That's my bad. Like, it ain't your bad at all.
Yeah, I catch myself. Yeah, so that's what it is. Or if I'm in the grocery store and somebody is, I am looking at the cheese aisle or I'm looking at the, whatever selection, and I look behind me and then I acknowledge that somebody is trying to um, also look at the selection. I'll be like, oh, sorry. And I'm like, wait a minute, nah, this ain't they grocery store. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was in the right. I just got
right,
here first. That's all it
right,
is.
right. Or like when you're just walking by somebody when they're just looking for what they're trying to find, and like I'll walk through, like, cause you got to walk through the aisle, and I just walk through. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. But like, why am I saying so? Like, everybody got to walk through the goddamn aisle. You know what I mean?
I will say there was one time, and I was like taught a life lesson from like a middle school security guard. Me and a homie walked through like a circle of people talking, and like
Mhm.
didn't even like say excuse me or nothing.
Oh yeah, that's
And,
fun.
and he kind of was like, fellas, let's start that over. Y'all just ran through that circle and didn't even say nothing. So
It was
you
a black
say,
dude, wasn't it?
yeah.
Uh,
And he's just like, my man, like you gotta learn. And we're like, all right, sure, you're right. So yeah, there's times when we say excuse me, but yeah, just I think people can mistake excuse me or I'm sorry for excuse me,
yeah, that's
because
some.
I'm
That's
sorry. I'm sorry is admitting guilt. It's like, yeah, you didn't do nothing wrong.
all right. I just know that story. That's some black ass uncle shit. Like, hey, my man, come here. Like, I know you did not just walk through that whole circle. Like, that is only you got to go to black uncle school to be doing shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my middle school was close to that. You know what I'm saying?
No, I was thinking that the other day. Is like the two because it's like it feels like black uncles are like all the same and how they act. It's like the same thing with like white dads. It feels like there's kind of like a white dad playbook. It's kind of funny. Like are those two schools like next to each other, black uncle and white dad?
That's true, right?
Right. But how does that even work?
That's kind of gonna be like me when you have a kid, though. You're gonna be the black dad, I'm gonna be the white uncle.
There you go.
Or reverse.
Yeah. Shit, wild, bro.
But no, yeah, that's true. Because I'll do that at the gym too. Like, I'll be at the water fountain, and then I'll walk past somebody. I'm like, oh, sorry. It's like, wait, for what? Hydrating? I'm not gonna apologize for that.
Exactly. You're just apologizing for all types of shit. Like I think it's just like you want to be polite. You don't ever want to come off as like the person who was a dick. But then you got to realize people who are dicks, they don't go around life thinking that they're a dick, bro. They just think everybody else is a dick. So like you being polite don't actually even matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. Or like, I'm trying to think of other situations where people say sorry when it's like, no, you don't have to say that, man. Just or a coworker of mine does that. Like he'll ask me about something about like a sports team or something, and I'm like, no, he plays for that team. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, don't be. I don't hate him. Like, what are you talking about?
Like it's cool, bro. Like oh shit, damn. I know that. That's how you should. Now, oh shit, my bad. Like, bro, it's like fam, hey, look, I'm not gonna tell him. I ain't gonna tell him that you forgot what team he played for, bro.
Yeah, I can't tell him. You know what I'm saying?
Like you just in the background, you tweeting them like, "Yo, my fucking coworker thought you still played for the Rams, bro."
Yeah, that's I got that. Yeah, so I don't know. I just thought that show was funny, man, because it's something I'm working on as a human. Because I definitely fuck up a lot, and that's
true. So that's probably me. I be fucking up. That's why I be like, "Oh shit, my bad," because it really be that should be my bad. So it just kind of trickles over into shit that ain't really my bad. But that'd be life. But
my mom was the one to point that out to me a lot when I was like home. I'd said sorry walking in and out of places. She's like, you just apologized to like 10 people, Jess. I'm like, all right.
Like shit, my bad.
That's 11.
Right? Like, oh shit, I see what you're doing. You right.
I'm sorry.
It's just like it just keep rolling. Like fuck.
But yeah, that's funny, man.
But as always, we come to the best moment of the week. That is our songs of the week. What you got this week, bruh?
I think you'll be proud of me. It's a new song. I know you get after me for when I bust out the '90s shit.
About to bust out Intergalactic by the Beastie Boys.
I'm like, yo, check them out. It's Earth, Wind, and Fire. No, we're going with Nav featuring Travis Scott. Champion.
Okay. I respect it. I'm gonna respect it. As much as even though I was on Twitter slandering saying Nav was just a clean Post Malone, like it's all good.
I thought you said that about Juice WRLD.
Juice WRLD is a sad Post Malone, which is weird because he's already sad.
You have a lot of Post Malone references.
That's what they are. That's literally how they sound. Like
I think Juice WRLD is better than Post Malone.
I hate him, bro.
That's my predisposition.
I don't even actually hate Post Malone's music. It's like to me. I don't even like Juice WRLD music.
First one.
But my song of the week, there was a lot of music that dropped. Young Thug finally dropped Slime Language. But people were a little disappointed because it felt more like a compilation tape than an actual like album from him. And like people are used to Young Thug dropping like 2 or 3 albums a year, and so like he dropped one last year that was like country like influence that was weird, and then
thanks.
And like I like some of the songs off of it, but I was just like, nah, this ain't what people really asked for. So I get people being disappointed by that. And then he dropped 3 songs, earlier this year. He had the tape with Future. But it was kind of like, people were looking for like old school Thug, and they thought they might get it on this tape. But it ended up being a compilation, so people were a little bit mad. But there was some there's some bangers on there. Yeah, Audemars, which is a fire ass track. Everybody fuck with Gunna now and Lil Baby, and he has some tracks with them on there. So yeah, definitely
They're like,
listen
we
to
want old Young Thug, but no dress. You know what I'm saying?
that. Yeah, that's pretty much what people are saying. And then other shit that dropped. Amine dropped an album that was pretty good. Definitely go check that out. And Jack Harlow, who I fuck with, definitely dropped. So I don't really know. I don't know how to pick one, you know, a song right out of that. But you know, I'll go with Audemars by Young Thug. That'll be my song of the week.
All right, bet. I got something to bump when I walk to get my chow cheese, son.
There you go.
But yeah, man. So once again, Ty, thanks for putting up with me for yet another week. This is episode 48 of the Bucket Up Podcast, the fastest growing, most organic, producing, productive, progressive pod. Alliteration is our thing as well. But for people that are new to the show, Ty, where can they find us, bro?
Yeah, make sure. Well, I mean, if you found us already, whatever app you on, we on other apps. We on iTunes. You can catch us on there. SoundCloud. We're on Google Play. We're on any of those RSS feed apps you can download onto your phone. So make sure you spread the word. If you really fuck with us, you know, leave a review, leave a comment. Shout out to Kurt Rogers. He left a comment last week. So shout out to that.
He stayed leaving comments, bro.
That's what's up, bro. You need to leave a review. Yeah. If you got to the end of this, Kurt, bro, leave a review. Let people know that we fucking out here. And, you know, make sure you share us on social media if you really fuck with us. Like the homie Trav, he always, you know, he's always sharing our shit. He actually told me he put our link in his IG bio. So, like, shout to that, bro.
Appreciate that, man.
I told him once we blow up, we got to give him a cut. A little 10% or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something like that. We gave him an AKA, which is like, that's property value, you know?
There you go. But
that's equity.
for sure. So yeah, dog, if you fuck with us, let people know about us. You know what I mean? You know, that's the best way to grow. Make sure you follow us on all social medias, Facebook, the Bucket Up Boys or Bucket Hat Podcast. We're on Instagram, the Bucket Hat Boys. And then we're on Twitter at Bucket Up Podcast. So follow us on any of those social medias if you're not already. Hit us up. You know, if you got questions, topics you want to talk about, music you want us to talk about, you know what I mean? Follow up. You just want to talk to us about regular shit. You know what I mean? That's cool too. We like to chop it up. But again, as always, thanks for listening. Thanks for bringing us into your ears. But we out.
Shit, we out.